สวัสดีครับแอปบ้านไทยไลน์ครับอาจารย์ตีนะครับเราก็อยู่กับคุณมอร์แกนมอเรลนะครับผม representative ของชาวโตเพนเทียนะครับวันนี้เราจะมาคุยเกี่ยวกับเรื่องของวานารี่นะครับที่คุณมอร์แกนทำงานอยู่นะครับ so Morgan could you please tell us a little bit about the chateau?
Sure. Well, thank you for receiving me today. And it's an honor to be here in Thailand because it's the very first time that Chateau de Pennautier is actually in Thailand. And we are very happy to be in Thailand because the Chateau de Pennautier has a very long history with the King of France, Louis XIII. We used to have the King Louis XIII who stayed at the castle in 1620.
Wow. Okay.
400 years ago.
1620.
Yeah.
Okay. That is mean actually chateau.
Chateau is a pretty big house.
Big house. So it's not a big house. It's like like a very very big house.
Yeah.
คิดดูแล้วกันว่าแปลว่าชาโต้เนี่ยมันต้องแบบว่ามีความเจ๋งหรือสำคัญขนาดไหนที่ระดับกษัตริย์นอนได้หรือมาตกแต่งต่อเติมให้ so the Pennautier why they have relation with the king.
In fact, the Pennautier family were the chief of treasury estates for all the states of south of France, from Bordeaux to Montpellier. They built the castle right in the center in a small town called Carcassonne.
Song นะครับ It's really beautiful, right?
Oh, you should see. It's actually there is a medieval town where a great wall surrounding the city. It's the biggest medieval town in Europe, and we have about 3 million tourists per year. And that's why the castle was there. And because Mr. Pennautier was very important back then, the king himself, Louis XIII, came to visit the Pennautier family. And he was traveling with horses, with his own furniture. And he gave it to the family as a present. And today, you can see the original furniture from 400 years ago because it's a museum open to the public.
But I don't want to sleep alone, I'm quite scared. 400 years old with the Louis XIII furniture there. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so we talk much about the history, right? And then let's move to the wine.
Yes, exactly. That's what I like about it. It's not just a chateau. It's actually a winery. And the family Logeril, they have been producing wine since 1620 for over 400 years. And they have amazing wine in this very small area called Cabardes. Right.
And the grape variety mainly is?
Alors, for white wine, we actually produce a lot of Viognier, which is quite aromatic.
Okay.
And also Chardonnay, actually.
Okay. And for red?
For red, we have actually in Cabardes, of course, we have Syrah, which is a very famous grape in the south of France. But in Cabardes AOP, we are it was one of the first AOP that allow us to use Atlantic grape with Mediterranean grape. So it's a combination, a blend. We call it a blend.
Very interesting, Morgan. Let's taste the wine, right? ครับตัวแรกนะครับผม
This is actually a very interesting white wine. And the wine are called Viognier de Pennautier, with the history of the chateau that I explained you.
Okay.
Made 100% of Viognier. Viognier is a very famous grape in the south of France, particularly in the Rhone Valley, where you have a region called Condrieu, and they are very expensive, very good white wine. But here we are located in the Languedoc area, in the south of France, a little bit more in the center south.
วิโอเน่นะครับมันเป็นองุ่นที่แบบค่อนข้างฟูมแล้วก็เป็นองุ่นที่ใช้ทำไวน์ได้ค่อนข้างหลากหลายนะครับจะมีบ่มมาทางไม่โอ๊กก็ได้ไม่บ่มก็ได้นะครับผมแล้วก็มันค่อนข้างอินเทนส์แค่กลิ่นเนี่ยก็เป็นกลิ่นอินเทนส์ของพวกผลไม้
You can already start to smell the aromas of the Viognier. I can already smell from here.
Yeah.
It's quite an aromatic and very nice white wine.
Yeah. Peach. Pineapple.
A bit of lychee as well.
Lychee, yeah. Very nice.
Very refreshing.
Yeah.
Crispy. Actually, that's what I like about white wine is also they are not over acidic. It's actually it's crispy and fresh, but also very aromatic and fruity and easy to drink. In France, we would drink this, of course, with seafood, salmon pasta, but here in Thailand, probably it's also very nice with shrimps, barbecue shrimp, because you have the dryness of the shrimp. Also, with the sweetness of the Viognier, it can match pretty well.
Like Thai style, right?
Thai style. That white wine we do very early morning harvest by hand. We start actually at 4 o'clock in the morning to
Wow.
harvest, and we do because that the temperature is quite cold in the morning, end of September, and we quickly put it in a stainless steel tank,
Okay.
and we keep a very low temperature around 11 degrees for maceration
How long for
for
maceration?
about 3-4 days.
3-4 days and then pressing.
And then we will keep it in a tank for at least 28 days, and then we will wait until let the wine rest.
ตัวที่สองนะครับผมตัวที่สองนะครับ
So this second wine is called Marquis de Pennautier.
Marquis de Pennautier.
It's our flagship white wine made 100% of Chardonnay.
Chardonnay
Chardonnay in altitude parcel.
Altitude
vineyard.
parcel หมายถึงว่าไวน์ยาร์ดหรือว่าไร่ไวน์ที่มันอยู่สูงอะนะครับพออยู่สูงเนี่ยมันจะมีอากาศที่ค่อนข้างเย็นกว่าปกตินะครับผม
And we age that grape in oak barrel for 10 months.
Okay.
The oak barrel are only 1 year old. They are not
So not new.
Not new, because we don't want to have too oaky aromas or vanilla flavors.
Okay.
We want to keep the fruit flavors, but we want to use the oak to basically make it a little bit more oily, more fatty, very smooth, and also very nice with food. That white wine would be a little bit more complex with also a longer aftertaste. Because the parcel are higher in altitude, then the grapes will take a few more weeks to mature before we pick up by hand. obviously.
Okay all right let's smell yeah it's not really excessive oak
Right, but I really like this style of white wine because it is actually you still have a lot of freshness and
yeah.
crispy, but at the meantime it's a gourmet wine that is very nice to enjoy with food because it has a very long aftertaste and it's not it's well balanced. That's the signature of this wine. And it's also very good with salmon, but also chicken with sauce and even pork, white meats. Any kind of white meat and seafood will go well with this kind of white wine.
ความรู้สึกเนี่ยคือเหมือนว่าเป็นไวน์ที่มาจากเขตพวกโมเดเลตไคลเมตเลยแต่ว่าอันนี้เป็นวอร์มเนาะแต่ว่ามันมีความเป็นเหมือนโมเดเลตเพราะว่ามันอยู่ที่ altitude นั่นเองนะครับตัวที่3นะครับจะเทสไวน์ตัวที่3นะครับ
This is a very interesting red wine made 100% of the most popular red grape in the south of France. I say Syrah. It is actually originally from the south of France, and this is
Yeah.
the hometown of the Syrah in Languedoc area.
Thank you.
This wine is called Syrah de Pennautier. It is obviously the style of the wine. We made it to represent the best of the Syrah grape variety, and
Okay.
but I would say this one has more like black pepper notes.
black pepper oh yeah I got it yeah black pepper
And that's also what I like. It's very juicy, a lot of red fruit, black fruit,
Yeah.
and that gives you a long aftertaste. And when you taste it, you will see it is not over acidic. That's what I particularly like.
wow so can you explain a little bit about how they make this wine
Especially you have to look every day the weather, if it's gonna rain or not, because if it starts raining, then you have a lot of dilution because the skin of the grape is quite thin.
yeah
So we have to harvest and we monitor the weather every hour. And we send the people in the vineyard. Hand harvest. We go early morning, around 3-4 in the morning, and we pick up by hand, and we quickly put it in the tank. This one is only aged in a stainless steel tank.
no oak at all
No oak. We just want to have the fruitiness of the wine.
what about the food pairing
Actually, because this wine is quite smooth and round and fruity, it's not sweet, but it has those sweet aromas on the tongue. Basically, you can even match it with a bit of spicy food. It's okay. But the fruitiness, the sweetness of the juice basically would help you to compensate the spice of the food. Because if you have
Yeah.
too dry wine with spicy food, then you just add up. So I like to have a little sweet red wine, but not too sweet, with spicy food. So you balance your tongue.
alcohol is 13.5 so it's not that very high alcohol wine
You don't feel it.
yeah not
actually.
feel no it's not high and yeah
You don't smell the alcohol, which is a very bad smell.
Yeah.
Actually, what you want is to have the smell and the taste of the red fruit.
yeah I like it I need one more glass
I see you drink
a
pretty
little
well.
bit yeah ตัวที่4นะครับ
So this is called the Chateau de Pennautier terroir d'altitude.
Terroir altitude. Okay.
Altitude means the elevation. And remember, I mentioned about the altitude is very important because you go higher in a mountain and the more cold it is, so the slower maturation of the fruit. If you want quality products,
slowly ripe.
like you do slow cooking.
Yeah, slowly ripe. Okay, please.
In fact,
cannot wait.
Wait, this is very interesting because we are located in a very small AOC. I say AOC, but today we say AOP.
คือตัวนี้นะครับเขตของเขาเรียกว่า AOP Gabades คือชื่อเขตเนาะซึ่งเป็นเขตแรกที่เขาอนุญาตนะครับให้เอาองุ่นเมดิเตอร์เรเนียนก็คือพวกซีราพวกเกอร์นาชนะครับแซงโซมาเบรนกับแอตแลนติกโอเชียนคือพวกบอกโดองุ่นบอกโดพวกคาร์บาเนตโซวิยองแมโลหรือว่าจะเป็นมัลเบกก็ตามนะครับซึ่งไวน์ตัวนี้ขวดนี้มันคือมีองุ่น6สายพันธุ์ครับที่เบนระหว่างองุ่นเมดิเตอร์เรเนียนและองุ่นแอตแลนติกซึ่งน่าสนใจมากๆ This wine I saw is 14.5 It said you not feel alcohol that much because like
and you don't smell it because the alcohol flavors smell are quite unpleasant. This is you want to have some alcohol, to have some a bit of a feeling. It's not a disalcoholized wine, but you don't want to have the taste of the alcohol because it's not pleasant.
What about food pairing? So what kind of food we should go? Like steak or beef or
obviously I'm a beef person and I know here in Thailand you have fantastic steakhouse. Obviously black Angus with black pepper sauce, but even with grilled pork that you have Thai food as well. Obviously, it's quite nice. And this kind of wine, even we can drink it by itself. It's very pleasant because it's not overwhelming, overpowerful. That's the difference.
อันนี้น่าสนใจมากนะครับเขาบอกว่าเขาบ่มในถังไม้ใน1 ปีเสร็จปุ๊บเนี่ยเขาจะเก็บคือใส่ขวดเรียบร้อยเนาะแล้วก็ให้มันเอจจิ้งในขวดอะครับให้มันบ่มอยู่ในขวดอีก3 ปีเพื่อให้มั่นใจว่านะครับออกมาแล้วเนี่ยมันพร้อมดื่มในระดับหนึ่งเลยไม่ต้องรอไม่ต้องเก็บที่เขาบอก2019เนี่ยผมได้กลิ่นของความเป็นองุ่นที่มันค่อนข้างที่จะมีความสุกหรือใกล้จะเป็นองุ่นแห้งๆแล้วคือมันเริ่มจะมีกลิ่นสาบแล้วแหละแต่ว่ายังไม่มากแต่อันนี้ตัวนี้ยังเก็บได้อีกประมาณผมว่า 5-6 ปีเป็นอย่างน้อยซึ่งกับคุณภาพของไวน์กับราคาตัวนี้คือถือว่ามันแบบส่วนทางราคากับคุณภาพดีมากแต่ราคาแบบคือจับต้องได้เลยนะครับผมตัวที่5ครับผม please Morgan ตัวที่5เป็นไวน์แดงตัวสุดท้ายนะครับที่เราเทส
This is called l'Esprit de Pennautier.
L'Esprit, okay.
This is our flagship wine. Basically, that was the wine that we were already serving at the table of Louis XIV that I mentioned 400 years ago. For the history, for the wine itself, it comes from 5 grapes varieties.
5 grapes, okay.
Remember, in Cabardès, we can blend Atlantic grape and Mediterranean grapes. Here, our parcel or vineyard comes from the highest altitude possible in the AOP, around 400 meters. There's a center mountain called Massif Central.
คือฝรั่งเศสครับมันจะมีพื้นที่เนาะที่เป็นภูเขาซึ่งมันคล้ายๆรูปมือคนนะครับไอ้รูปมือคนเนี่ยเขาหมายถึงว่าเป็นคล้ายๆเป็นแนวร่องเขาตั้งแต่เหนือจนจดลงมาใต้เนี่ยซึ่งตรงปลายของโค้งของเขาเนี่ยเป็นที่อยู่ของตัวกาบาเดสแล้วก็ชาโต้เพนเทเย่เนี่ยเหมือนประมาณว่าที่เบอร์กันดีราคาแพงกว่า3 เท่าของเขาเนี่ยราคาถูกกว่าแต่ว่ามันเป็นเนเจอร์เดียวกันแล้วกันเป็นเทือกเขาเดียวกันแล้วกันนะครับประมาณนี้
The wine, if you please smell and you see first it has a very dark color from the tannin of the fruit and very intense of aromas. Obviously black currant, blackberry, prune, pepper notes from the Syrah.
I feel like this wine is quite more dimension. What about the oak and winemaking process?
So
just quickly
the oak is only 14 months.
14 months.
The oak is not everything. You have obviously everything is in the vineyard and the quality of the grape. The oak is only here to settle the flavors, but not to add flavors. That's why we use only 14 months in barrel, and the barrels are 1 year old. They are not new barrels.
So people sometimes they have a misconcept. Like, okay, the good wine has to be in the all way long time. So actually, it's not the purpose. Right?
Less and less. There's more. I think the style of the wine. If you want to have an elegant and smooth wine, you would lose less and less oak barrel. But and the secret is to go higher in altitude because of the global warming.
So food pairing.
Oh, this is a very intense wine with a very long aromas and aftertaste. I like to drink this wine with lamb. Of course.
Okay.
Lamb, barbecue lamb, but also any kind of red meat. Even if you have this with beef, it's also very nice as well.
Oh wow, sound hungry. So let's finish this and then let's have something to eat. Okay.
I always have a delivery.
Yeah, all right. Thank you very much, Morgan, for today about the wine, the last wine explanation.
My pleasure. Thank you for your welcoming.
Yeah. Thank you. Cheers.
Cheers.